Hi, everybody.
Hello.
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 Hello. I am a human. Ha ha ha.
Hello. I am a real human. Ha ha. Ha 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha.
I am a real human.
Creepy.
Hello. On this week's episode, we roll out Kristy 2.0. We are trying to see if a robot will be the same as the real Kristy.
Ha 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha. I am a real human.
Oh my god, it's so creepy. I can't take you doing that for like even like 15 seconds. It's so weird. Hello and welcome back to Goose Chase for another week of chasing geese with your host, a robot android port,
Ha ha ha. I am a real human.
and I am Drogsy Baby. Back for another week. Woo!
Yeah, where we chase some geese and try not to step in their shit.
Let's put that on the potential catchphrase pile.
Yeah.
We'll think about that one a little longer.
In this episode, I am going to range between robot and early morning DJ.
A la Crazy Ira and the Douche.
Yes.
Something like that.
And the douche.
And the Douche. Douche Nation. Those guys are totally... That is every fucking daytime, like drive time radio DJ. Those are the guys.
Yeah. They hit it on the nose there.
It's always something like that. It's always like Wacky Tom and the Lion Man.
Plenty of slide whistle happening.
Yeah, right.
We gotta get ourselves a slide whistle. If we want to be in the big time podcasting game, we need a slide whistle.
How are we going to take this to the next level? I'm saying soundboard full of farts.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, I could probably patch that in, honestly.
I'm sure you could. Or we could just use real farts.
We could. We need extra microphones.
And a lot of beans.
In different locations.
We've got plenty of microphones. We just need to rearrange them.
No, let's not. And say we did.
Okay.
So, gosh.
I'm disappointed.
let's get caught up. It is Wednesday the 7th of February.
Did you have to check to see if it was Wednesday?
I had to see.
We only record on Wednesdays.
I had to see what the day was. The 7th of February. We got a ton of snow today.
We did.
So we have a winter storm over our heads.
Yes. You were a nice sweetie today, and you shoveled the driveway for me.
Almost gave myself a heart attack. That was sweet.
I didn't know that part.
Exhausting because
like
anything over like a couple of inches of snow, and I'm like, nah, I can't do it.
Well, also it was that fluffy, heavy snow.
Yeah, the wet
kind
snow.
Kind of wet. I know snow is wet, guys. We know snow is wet. We know what it's made of, but you know what we mean. Some of it is wetter than other snow.
Right.
And this is some pretty wet snow.
I gave a plaintive wave at the Austintown road guy as he passed, just sort of like, hello, also please pull it in my driveway. And that didn't happen.
He didn't get the signal.
Oh, he waved back, but kind of like yeah, you're on your own.
That douche.
Yeah, I can't say I blame the guy. He was way behind schedule. He hadn't even done the road yet by the time I was out there. So that was something.
When I showed up to work, the parking lot was not plowed at all. One of my coworkers was shoveling someone out of her spot. Like, apparently she came into work, but she ended up being told that she could go home because she was going to be getting overtime anyway, and it was crappy out. So they're like, hey, you get a snow day if you want. So in the few hours that she had been at work, it had snowed so heavily, and the parking lot had not been plowed enough that, like, she was going to have trouble getting out of the parking lot. Mm-hmm. So they had to dig her out.
Yeah. I already preemptively looked like 25 days into the future, looking forward to spring because I can't do this much longer. Like, I really can't do winter much longer.
We had a really late winter. Like,
yeah, we did.
We didn't start really having a lot of snow until half a month ago or something. Like,
yeah.
I could have said 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But I said half a month.
All right.
All right.
Let's see. What else is new? McDouble Watch. McDouble Watch 2018 is still happening. No McDouble returning. It's not coming back.
It doesn't look good for the McDouble.
I've been keeping my eye out. I don't think it's coming back.
Yeah, I'm sorry, baby.
So that's going on. The Shamrock Shake will be in next month, though, so that's exciting.
Yay.
All of my news from now on will be about
it's
McDonald's.
Just only about McDonald's.
Yeah, that's it.
What else about McDonald's can we talk about? I don't really have anything interesting.
There's just not a lot going on. It's that chunk of the winter where all you can think to talk about is the goddamn weather and nothing's happening.
How broken it's made you.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, today we talked about vitamin D deficiencies at work.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was talking about how you were asking me if vitamin D is like pretty safe to take over the counter and stuff like that. And
it seems like you should just be able to take as much as you want and your body will just pee out everything you can't take. Like everything else, right? Like vitamin C, that's how it works? I think
it's possibly one of those. But yeah, like it's relatively safe to take the supplements.
Yeah.
It's just, I think there's no harm in taking the ones over the counter. It's just that if you're very deficient, they're not going to touch it.
Okay, right.
So if you're very deficient in it, what the doctor will do is write you a script for like a
bazillion IUs of...
They measure in international units.
Yeah.
It's 50,000 international units, and you take it once a week.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah, and the ones over the counter are like, couple thousand international units.
Okay.
500 international units.
Right.
Stuff like that. Which you could take every day, but it's still not going to touch like taking 1 or 2 of those a week, depending on how deficient you are. So
gotcha.
I was on the prescription strength before because I was living in Pittsburgh and working overnight, and I burn easily anyway.
Yeah.
So I have to wear sunscreen if I'm going outside, and sunscreen blocks vitamin D absorption.
Oh, okay. I actually didn't realize that.
Yeah. Yeah. And blocks vitamin D absorption. So if you are a person that is pale and you wear sunscreen every time you go outside, you might be vitamin D deficient anyway, especially if you live in an area that doesn't get a whole lot of sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what would you say, and this is just an idea, and roll with me. Let's put 2 tanning beds in this little studio here. For the rest of the winter, we'll do the episodes from the tanning beds, right? Bring the microphone in with you, and you just kind of clutch it up to your face. We won't be able to see each other, but I'm sure it'll be great.
It's going to be good.
Yeah, it's like isolation tanks meets
going to be good, and
tanning beds.
Can't wait for the cancer.
Yeah, right. Right. See, you get it. Anyway.
See, you get it.
See, you get it. You get me.
I do.
You get me, girlfriend.
I do.
Yeah, but other than that, I guess I don't know what else to
we don't need to do this.
Yeah.
We don't need to chit-chat.
Okay, fine.
I mean, if we don't have anything to talk about, we don't need to make anything up. I mean, it's just been one of those weeks so far.
It has.
Not that much has happened. That's okay.
Yeah.
Not every week is going to be, you finding out your dog is part Siberian Husky.
Right. Not every week.
Not every week.
Maybe half the weeks.
Just half the weeks.
I could learn that over and over again in like a horrific 50 first dates type situation where I just forget everything the next day.
You didn't even need to add the horrific. It's included.
It's included in 50 first dates.
Yeah. I liked that movie, but I liked it in the way that you like all Adam Sandler movies.
Right. Yeah, which is with a bit of irony attached.
Yeah. It's like
but I love Drew Barrymore.
Horrible.
I love Drew Barrymore.
I do like Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
Do you want to watch Whip It with me again?
No.
It's a Drew Barrymore movie.
Yeah, but I saw it already.
That's why I said again.
No, but I do love Drew Barrymore movies.
Yeah. They're good. Do you want to watch Never Been Kissed with me?
I've never watched that one. I never been watched, never been kissed.
It has Drew Barrymore in it.
Did she get kissed?
I'm not telling.
I bet at the end.
I gave him a funny face.
Yeah.
Because you can't hear my face.
It's like a Jim Halpert face.
Yeah. I don't know.
We'll look at the camera.
You guys can't see this, but I'm looking into the camera.
Is there a camera over there? I'm afraid to turn around now.
There might be. Or it might just be a lamp that I blinded myself with by staring at it, pretending it's a camera. Camera lamp.
So.
Lampra.
Lampra?
Lamp camera. Lampra.
That's a stretch. I'm putting you on notice.
It's a portmanteau.
Oh my god. What was the thing? Oh my god. So this
Portmanteau.
It'll never leave my head. Like my buddy Matt, who, if he's listening to this, Matt, I could never make this work in my head. He said to me one time, trying to make a portmanteau out of like a portman's toe, like the toe of a man that works up. It doesn't work.
It's not a portmanteau.
It doesn't work, but he like really tried to dig in on it, and I was just like, man, I am not getting whatever wavelength you're on for this.
He wanted it to be a thing.
Yeah.
I don't blame
him.
Sorry, Matt.
It'd be awesome if it worked, but it just doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
do you want to just move on to the news quiz?
In a weird mood.
A portman's toe, though. Do you guys get it?
No.
I don't. I want to get it. It's not there.
All
anyway.
Right. You want some news?
I want to hear the news.
All right. I want to give it to you.
News me, Captain.
All right.
So what do we got?
First headline.
Okay. Oh, by the way, if you're listening to this for the first time, I'm going to do this whole spiel again. Kristy has too. I'm doing it with my arms waving around in the air.
It's like...
I don't know what I'm doing.
Punching the air wildly.
Kristy is going to give me 2 false news stories and 1 true news story. I have to guess the true news story. It is 2 lies and a truth. We know. It's weird. Anyway.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be great. Just settle down. It's going to be great.
Guys, you just seem really worked up right now. Just calm down. Just be along for the ride. It's going to be awesome. You're going to love it.
Everyone just settle the fuck down. It's going to be fine.
So, full disclosure, when I was trying to think of the word punching to describe what you were doing, my first instinct just was to say that you were fisting the air. And immediately went, that's not right.
That's not quite what you meant. I don't think this means what you think it means.
Not quite my tempo. All right.
All right.
First headline.
Yes.
Focaccia fraud. Former colleague reveals Paul Hollywood has been passing off other chefs' recipes as his own.
Ooh.
Intrigue.
Ooh, Paul Hollywood of our very favorite Great British Baking Show.
Yeah.
Focaccia fraud?
It's a good bake, but it's not his.
Is it a stolen bake?
Stolen bake.
Might be a stolen bake.
All right. Next headline. Ecstatic Eagles fans went overboard, vandalized the city, stole ostrich from Philadelphia Zoo.
I believe that one 100%. If that's not the real one, it might also have just happened. Like, that could have just happened.
That's the trick of this, is coming up with things, that could be real. These other ones could be real.
The question is, did they or did they not steal an ostrich?
Yeah.
All right.
That's always the question.
Yeah, all right.
The last one.
Yes.
After blunder, San Diego adopts safeguards against scooping homeless people into city garbage trucks.
I'm sorry.
Do you want that again?
Yeah, read that one more time.
After blunder, San Diego adopts safeguards against scooping homeless people into city garbage trucks.
Wow. That could be real. This is just a shit show, this one. I don't know where I'm going to go with this.
I'm glad, because it only took me the past 2 hours to come up with them.
I know. In real time. I watched you going, shit, just one more.
For like an hour.
Yeah.
The first 2 were easy. It took me an hour for the last one. All right,
let's hear them all again.
Focaccia fraud. Former colleague reveals Paul Hollywood has been passing off other chefs' recipes as his own.
Okay.
Ecstatic Eagles fans went overboard, vandalized the city, stole ostrich from Philadelphia Zoo.
All right.
After blunder, San Diego adopts safeguards against scooping homeless people into city garbage trucks. That one's like tickling you in a weird way.
It is. Well, I'm just picturing like, hey, hold on. Like a guy just getting pulled up in the thing as he wakes up.
For me, it's a word scooping.
Yeah, it is. It's like just getting underneath also whatever they're on top of and just picking them up in a big lump.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. This is a tricky one.
I have done my job.
You have done your job. I am really... Okay, so the question for me really, though, because I'm leaning towards the second two. And I'm wondering what's more likely, Philadelphia fans stealing an ostrich or San Diego scooping up homeless people. But I'm going to give Philadelphia the middle finger on this one and say that's the one that actually happened.
Philadelphians stole an ostrich?
Yes.
You are incorrect.
No!
They did not steal an ostrich, but this was a rumor that was going viral in the wake of the Eagles winning the Super Bowl and fans vandalizing the city.
First of all, if it didn't happen by then, I'm telling you, it's happening right now. It's happening right now.
It seems reasonable that it could have happened in the wake of everything.
Yeah.
The real one...
What happened? What is it?
The real one is the San Diego adopting safeguards to protect the homeless from getting scooped into garbage trucks.
No way.
Yeah, and apparently this is an issue not just in San Diego. Like, this is a thing that happens. And the reason why it happens is because oftentimes homeless people will be, like, under something.
Yeah.
You know, in areas maybe near garbage cans and stuff. So
sure,
it is easy to mistake them and not be paying proper attention, I guess, and scoop them up.
Just scooping them.
Now I want to know what these safeguards are. I didn't read the whole article.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious too. Like what do you if you spot a pile of trash, you got to go over and kind of kick it a bit, make sure no one goes like, "Oh, stop kicking me." Like what's the way to be sure there's no person in it?
Okay, I'm not signing up for the San Diego Tribune. I'm not paying for my news.
I'm not paying for this story.
Okay, so after blunder, San Diego adopts safeguards against scooping homeless people into city garbage trucks. An investigation into how a homeless person was placed into a San Diego trash truck in December has resulted in new roles for cleanup workers and increased training. Mm-hmm. Unspecified punishments were handed down, including the termination last week of a deputy director. And the city still can't say whether the victim was a man or a woman.
Oh, my God.
San Diego officials have completed an investigation into the near death of a homeless person who was scooped into a city garbage truck by mistake. And they issued new rules to make sure it doesn't happen again. In a 2-page memo dated Monday, Environmental Services Director Mario Sierra said a supervisor or designee will now be required on scene at every abatement. Also, code compliance personnel will photograph all transient camps and waste to be collected before, during, and after the cleanups, and appropriate tools will be provided to crews to assist in removing bulky contents from structures before they're placed into trash trucks. The city's abatement process related to homeless encampments must be strengthened. So it seems like they were specifically like doing a cleanup of an area known to be a homeless camp. And they just didn't do a good enough job of being careful and
sure
only cleaning up actual garbage and not real human beings. Which is, horrible and negligent and just seems like something definitely that person should have been fired for.
See, that's a lot different than what I pictured, which was just
Me too.
On the side of the road, a pile of newspapers, and a guy with a big sort of dump truck comes in or whatever.
Yeah.
And they grab it with a claw, and then the guy's in there going, "Let me go. Hey, put me down." Like, that's what I pictured.
Yeah. Also, this says city officials have been sweeping the streets of downtown San Diego clean for months in response to a housing crisis that has seen a surge in the number of homeless people across the region. The practice, which has been criticized by homeless advocates, calls for city work crews to clear block after block of tents, bedding, and other material that homeless people use to protect against the elements. So this is just kind of a really shitty thing.
Yeah, right.
Overall, like, they're cleaning up these areas where people are staying because they don't have anywhere to live, and they're taking their few belongings they have to keep them warm and throwing them away to
that sucks.
Clean up the streets.
Yeah,
that's shitty.
It's I know that, and gosh, I should really.
Hey, you know how to prevent your people from throwing human beings away like garbage? Leave their fucking shit alone.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
find them jobs or better places to live and actually help them, and maybe you won't have that problem.
I know Akron has this really sort of interesting arrangement going on that I need to research better. But they basically have like a functional tent city of like homeless people in a designated area with like they've got like all their stuff set up. They have assistance going on regularly from like rescue missions and things like that. But basically it's like a little self-policing city within a city. Which is wild to me.
Maybe we can do an episode on stuff like that.
Yeah, honestly, just like an episode on the reality of being homeless in America is like probably A, incredibly heavy, and B, a wealth of information that people are unaware of.
It would be heavy. It would be educational.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it would be interesting, so we can put that on the list.
Yeah. Gosh. Wow. Well, you stumped me. You stumped me a good one.
I done it.
You done it.
So
got me good.
I got a gabagoo.
You got bagoo. Gabagoo.
I have a little middle segment.
Okay, what do you got? What you got going on?
Well, first I want to ask you something.
Okay.
Do you know why Bluetooth is called Bluetooth?
I actually do.
Oh, damn it.
I actually do, but I will not spoil this for you if you want to talk about it, because I think it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, this is a little etymology corner.
Yeah.
I found out about this not this week when I was doing research to find something for the news quiz, but I think last week or the last time I did it. And I put it in my notes to use in the future and decided it just wasn't really like news quiz material.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I didn't use it because
right.
Apparently. But I thought it was interesting to discuss. So basically what it comes down to is there are claims that the term Bluetooth it comes from the name of like a Viking king.
I thought he was a king. I thought he was a king of Denmark, but I might have that wrong.
Let me follow this link.
Okay.
And not remove the link, because I often click remove the link instead of follow the link.
That's exactly the opposite of what you want to do.
I know. And they put them right next to each other, and I've got shitty fingers. Do the wrong things. All right. Let me take a look here. It says Viking king, who ruled during the 10th century and is credited with originally uniting Scandinavia. So, Jim Kardach, Kardach, was instrumental in bringing together Ericsson, IBM, Intel, Nokia, and Toshiba to form the Bluetooth SIG in 1998. And they basically came together to develop the standard of Bluetooth. Now, individually, these... Yeah.
That's a long-ass time ago.
Yeah, and individually, these companies were kind of trying to come up with this thing on their own.
Yeah.
And maybe having some like mild successes, but they realize if we make this universal, it's going to be a lot more helpful to everyone. So let's come together and come up with a plan and figure something out.
Yeah. Anytime you make a standard and you make stuff work with each other, people are more likely to buy it.
Yeah. So Kardach says he came up with this idea he was out with colleague Sven Madison, and they were unsuccessfully pitching tech companies on this, proposed product.
Yeah.
But he and Sven would just like kind of bullshit, and Sven wasn't that into history. Kardach is super into history.
Mm-hmm.
But Sven told him this one story from history that he knew, which was about Viking Bluetooth.
Yeah.
And later, Kardach had ordered a book. So a couple weeks later, he had ordered this history book, and it just so happened there was a story about Bluetooth in that book.
Yeah.
And so he recognizes him and goes, "Oh, hey, Sven told me about him," and starts reading and realizes that King Harald Bluetooth is known for uniting Scandinavia.
Yeah.
And since this whole project was about uniting these companies and coming together and making one product to help everybody.
Yeah, like a single shortwave wireless standard that everyone could get behind.
Yeah, he decided to go with Bluetooth as the working name. And then it just stuck.
Yeah.
I just thought it was cool.
It's
actually named after a Viking.
There is a reason this tooth was blue. I think he actually is like an infection or something like that. Like had a dead tooth that looked kind of bluish.
Yep. As you said that, it came across this sentence. It is thought that his nickname was Blaton in Old Norse, meaning Bluetooth, because he had a dead tooth that had turned bluish. And the Bluetooth was intended to just be a working title for the product, but the alternatives were forgettable, in at least one case cringe-inducing. I'm going to click on that and see what that means.
Yeah, what did Bluetooth almost get called? Because I would love to know what that is.
Okay.
I love the failure stories. The stuff that people didn't go with. The little, apocryphal details of what could have been.
I have to get through this whole article.
Why don't we talk about all this tooth was blue. It was
blue is a nice common color. Don't you think I do?
I love when we do the research on the show.
Yeah, it's super exciting in real time.
Cringe-inducing, though. That's something else.
Okay, so this took me to a link for an article that is a synopsis for the article I just read, and
oh no, you've broken the internet time continuum.
Oh no,
you're now stuck outside internet time, never to return.
Oh, okay, here it is. All right, marketing group, they're coming up with names.
Yeah,
one of them was Flirt, with the catchphrase, getting close, but not touching. The sentence right after that is, the naming process would continue for a long time.
Yeah, naming something is really hard.
Especially when you're pitching.
Trademarks and all that, when there's legal rights to words, you have to be really careful.
And when you're considering what the product does, what you want people to know about it.
Yeah.
Bluetooth doesn't mean anything to most people.
Which is the genius and strength of it.
Right.
It's new to most people. It's novel. It sticks in their heads. It doesn't associate to anything else.
I feel like what you would need out of a name for a product would be one of two things. You either want something that's instantly recognizable, yet unique enough that it describes your product without infringing on anyone else's copyrights or being confusing or difficult to search because too many results come up.
Right. Those are all concerns, I think.
Secondly, another way you could go, which is the way they went, is something that has a meaning. It's not really that important that other people get it.
Yeah.
But it becomes identifiable and
That's
it takes on the meaning of what your product is.
That's it. That's
what was that face you just gave me?
I was making the "Does it?"
Does it?
Sorry, I was making the "Does it?" face.
Got it.
See, all that matters is brand identity, I think, in stuff like this. Like, you make a thing that feels new and unique, and that people just associate it with you.
Yeah.
Alternately, in 2018, what you can do is just take a word that has an ER at the end of it and just take the E out and just make it have a hard R at the end.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
Grinder.
Tinder. Well, Tinder has the E. Tumblr.
Blender.
What's Blender?
I don't think it's a thing.
Well, it should be.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to make something and give it that name by next week.
Blunder.
Thunder. Yeah, but that's all anyone does anymore is they just take the E out. That's a thing now.
Hey, let's pitch my new app called Spinster.
It's what is it? It's just a collection of tea recipes.
Women who just share pictures of each other's cats. Come join Spinster. This episode sponsored by Spinster.
It's not an app yet, but by God, it will be.
And when it is, they're gonna give us money to talk about Spinster.
Gosh, wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
Sponsored by the most depressing smartphone app you can get.
Hey, as long as they pay me, I don't care.
Money.
You know what? It's not depressing. It's fine.
It's fine.
Some people like cats and tea.
You know, I feel like most people probably wouldn't proudly be like, "Yeah, I'm a spinster." Oh, that's cool.
That's the joke.
Yeah. That's the joke.
That's the joke. I know it's easy to miss, but that right there, that's where it was.
Got a fun little history lesson there, though, about Bluetooth.
Yeah.
And also about general dentistry.
Cool. Yeah, and don't let your teeth die.
Yeah, take care of your tooths.
And sometimes you chip them on a piece of pizza, and you have to have an expensive procedure done to get a new fake tooth put in.
Yeah, or you're like a Viking king, and you catch an axe to the face, and it kills one of your teeth. But then you're fine, basically.
One of these is more exciting than the other, and I'm pretty sure it's the pizza.
I'm pretty sure it's the pizza.
Pretty sure it was that shitty slice of pizza. It wasn't even good pizza.
By the way, your RoboTooth still looking good.
It's still kicking.
Yeah, it's looking nice.
No RoboTooth.
Yeah.
It's not really RoboTooth anymore. It looks like a real tooth now.
Yeah, but it's still, it's got metal inside it.
Yeah. Just like me.
And a tracking chip that locates where you are at all times.
Mm-hmm.
For the federal
reports
government.
Back to the mothership.
Yeah, So, win-win.
Yeah. Something like that. At least when I want to get the chip out, I know exactly what to remove.
Yeah,
I don't have to dig into my arm.
Yeah. What was that? That's a thing, right? Someone digging a chip out of them?
I think it's a trope. It's been used a lot.
Yeah, it probably is just a general trope.
Yeah, general trope. Yet again, another visual gag.
Yeah, right. The best jokes are the ones they don't get because they can't see them happening.
Yep. Let's do a podcast of just visual gags.
Sure.
It's called You Can't See This.
Yeah. Yeah, and most of it's dead air. Just us going, whoa, I can't believe he did that. Whoa.
It's just pratfalls.
Pratfalls on audio.
It's pratfalls and silent movies.
And occasionally like slappities, like weird slappity sound effects.
Oh my God, are you talking about body rap?
About it? Oh my God, I can't do it.
We can't do it.
Oh my God.
It's
That's my
good.
favorite thing from Professor Blastoff. And I'm still mad that Stitcher took it and put it behind a paywall. Or whoever has it. Professor Blastoff, one of my favorite podcasts of all time. Featuring many times Kyle Dunnigan's body rap.
Just
YouTube it.
Please just YouTube body rap.
Body rap.
By Kyle Dunnigan.
Kyle Dunnigan or Professor Blastoff.
It's so good. It's just perfect.
It's kind of life-changing.
I don't even want to imitate it. It's just watch it.
Yeah, right. I refuse to commit my shitty impression to audio.
Yeah. He can't even come close. His body rap is just so good.
Yeah, right. Every single sound comes from his body.
Yeah, keep that in mind. That's what this is all about, guys.
There's
every sound.
There's no instruments. There's no speakers.
You're going to be blown away.
Every sound from his body.
Now, you're going to think that maybe there are some instruments.
But it's not.
It's not. It's all from his body.
It's just his body.
I think we're heading towards a little breaky break.
Time to take a little break. When we come back, we will do the main segment for this episode. So, please, stick around.
All right.
All right. All right. And welcome back.
And we're back.
Welcome back.
Oh, are we making noises into the microphone?
I'm just looking. I know I bumped the volume knob like an idiot over there, so I'm just watching how horrible this might sound.
Well, I told you not to get into a slap fight with the mixer.
Well, it was looking at me funny.
It doesn't have eyes. It doesn't even have googly eyes.
Right there.
I really do miss. I can't see where you're pointing.
Two mean little red light eyes.
Oh.
Looking at me all the time, judging me. And I don't like it.
Maybe we need to take the technical stuff away from you.
Okay, I'll just cover it with duct tape or something. It's fine.
Yeah, throw a blanket over it.
It's only like $150 mixer. I'll just cover it in duct tape.
Just cover it in gunk.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, I missed the microphone that had the googly eyes.
Yeah, he's right over here.
I know,
he's actually looking at you right now.
He is looking at me, that's true. Whenever I get a little sad, I'll just look over there at him.
Yeah, our Blue Yeti microphone from our older recording setup that has googly eyes on it, because why not?
I miss it. It's cute.
We could put little googly eyes on all the pop screens.
We can and we should. We should surprise the dudes.
Yeah, in between today and
Chris,
Dudecast
wait, don't listen to this.
Yeah, Chris, don't listen to this. You didn't hear this. Just pretend to be surprised when everything has googly eyes all over it.
Yes. Did I ever tell you about the snowmen and how I couldn't eat my breakfast in peace?
What the fuck are you talking about?
So when I was growing up, my mom had this obsession with snowmen. She's grown out of it. She's not as into them as she once was, but it's like me and the lawn gnomes. People find out you like something and then you just get gifted a bunch of them, and she bought a bunch herself, so she had a bajillion snowmen.
Right.
So some of them she kept up year round, but over the holidays, there would be even more, and she would set several plush snowmen on like the window, like above the curtains, facing in the kitchen. And so I'd be at the kitchen table eating breakfast, looking up at like 5 snowmen who were all positioned to be looking at me with their beady little eyes.
Wait,
and
hold on. Were they all angled towards
they're all
one?
Yeah, they're all like facing in. And I complained about this to my mom one time. I'm like, they're looking at me. Why aren't they all facing in? What are you doing?
Why'd you have to point them all at a focal
weird.
point? Like, why are they all doing that?
Oh, it was really funny.
It's pretty creepy.
We still joke about that. She put a snowman up this year, and she was like, it's not looking at you, though.
When did this happen, the initial snowman incident?
I was probably in high school.
Okay, so all these years later, when she gets a snowman, she has to grab you and go, listen, he's not looking at you.
Oh, no, she had him, like, facing a different direction. And so I was like, again with the snowman. And she's like, it's not looking at you.
Again with the snowman?
Again with the snowman.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so our main topic for this episode, I don't know if you would like to introduce it or you would like me to.
You can do it.
I'll do it. Okay, so the initial topic of this episode was just to look into a phenomenon known as the Benjamin Bathurst disappearance.
Thank you, Jan.
Thank
It's one
you,
of
Jen.
her original suggestions.
Yes, and actually a very cool topic, but one that ended up kind of running a little short because, you know, there's just not that much information on the disappearance itself. So
the kind of thing with mysteries is you don't always have a whole lot of information on them.
Right, you end up with the facts, and then you end up with a lot of speculation. But really, if you know, you can really only talk about that for so long. So what I wanted to do was add one additional disappearance, which I'll talk about later. One of my favorite ones.
Ooh.
So this is
Dave's
like a
favorite disappearance.
topic.
Spoiler alert, it's the disappearance of me. It hasn't happened yet, but he's orchestrating it as we speak.
No, of course not, girlfriend. I couldn't do this podcast alone.
That's true. But then you would just use the Kristy robot. That is why we are testing it out to see if its features will replicate me perfectly.
Ha ha ha! I make a great host.
I am a great host, human.
Ha ha ha!
Ha ha ha!
So weird.
I am a real person.
I am a real person.
I am a real person.
Ugh. It's, you know what, the unblinking eye contact you make with me when
Oh
you
yeah,
do
I
that?
can't blink when I do that.
That's a big part of why it's so weird. So let me start with a little introduction here, which is to say, obviously, we enjoy a lot of true crime stories here. We just went to see My Favorite Murder, which was a great experience.
It was great.
A live podcast taping.
Oh, we didn't even talk about that, did we?
No, we didn't. We talked about it last night on the Dudecast.
Yeah, we don't have to.
No, we don't.
It was a good show. We enjoyed ourselves. If you like true crime, you might like My Favorite Murder.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah, and we had a good time seeing them. We like true crime. I think, well, I'll just skip a little bit ahead to say that, for all the awful things that can happen to someone, and we've, sort of absorbed ourselves in a lot of those things through true crime, I think definitely murder, I think, is possibly not the worst thing that can happen to you. And I would argue that being vanished is worse than just being murdered and left somewhere. I would argue that being erased and never found again is so much more terrifying.
I would say it's worse for families than someone being murdered. I mean, not to say, we're talking about on a scale of really horribly atrocious thing and then also really horrible atrocious thing. Not,
Right, yeah.
Both of these things are not good.
Right.
But there's no closure in the sense of like someone vanishing or disappearing, going missing.
Yeah.
There's no closure. The family doesn't know, like just that feeling of not knowing and that feeling of hope and also like when to give it up.
Yeah.
Would just destroy you. It'd destroy me.
Yeah, I think it's one of the worst things that can happen to you is to just never be found. And so, in saying that, now it's time to talk about one of the most noteworthy or famous disappearances, unexplained disappearances, which is that of Benjamin Bathurst, right?
Yeah, Benjamin Buttonhurst.
Benjamin Buttonhurst. So let me talk a little bit about who he is. He is a diplomatic envoy for England during the Napoleonic Wars. Right? Are you okay? What are you doing?
Trying to eat a peanut away from the microphone.
Oh, yeah, okay. You're trying to stay out of the microphone range, but what you're doing is leaning really weird and staring at me.
Making eye contact so you know I'm listening.
It's even the face you're making.
I was trying to chew quietly.
Yeah, but you look like the way the dog looks at me out of the corner of his eye when he knows he's done something. You're like leaning and staring.
was trying to inconspicuously eat peanuts.
That was the most conspicuous thing you could have possibly done.
You guys really missed it.
Oh man, that'd be great.
Telling you, sight gags.
That'd be great for our sight gags podcast. Mm-hmm. Man, I can't wait till we start that. So basically, I didn't know a lot about the Napoleonic Wars before I started looking into this, right?
I know they're Napoleonic.
Napoleon is involved. Basically,
he was possibly there for at least part of it.
He was what it was. All of Europe,
everyone fighting over Napoleon.
Basically, like all of Europe is constantly trying to fight Napoleon during this time. I wrote that this is Europe over and over again, going, Napoleon, come on now, settle down, just let us beat you already. But it doesn't go that way.
I like to think that they were fighting over Napoleon. Like everyone just wanted a little piece of Napoleon.
Nope, not at all.
Oh well. Fuck me.
Multiple coalitions are arrived at to try and defeat the French, but Napoleon is just so goddamn good. It's team after team after team of countries cannot take Napoleon out of power. In fact, I didn't know this. He was such a badass they had to exile him twice.
Oh yeah.
Twice.
So nice they exiled him twice.
I don't know if you realize that. I remember hearing Napoleon was exiled and that was the end of that. He was exiled and then got back a year later and was like the leader of France again.
He's like, oh no, you forgot. No, you didn't exile me.
They shipped him away to an island and he got back and was like, I'm still the president. Like that's basically how it worked.
It's me.
But basically Benjamin Bathurst, his mission, and this is, sort of at the beginning of 1809.
Should he choose to accept it.
And he did, was to convince the Holy Roman Emperor Francis II of Germany, which is a very confusing title that means King of Germany, not Rome or Italy or anything about Rome. Mm-hmm. The Holy Roman Emperor Francis II of Germany, Benjamin Bathurst successfully convinces him to join the cause to declare war on Napoleon.
Okay. It doesn't seem very hard to do because it seems like everyone hated Napoleon anyway.
Right, but of course, convincing people to go to war is not often necessarily easy. But basically in July...
Now we just do it on Twitter.
Right, yeah. Now we're all at war all the time. In July of 1809, Francis II decides to declare war, and Benjamin Bathurst is recalled back to England. Right? So basically that's July, go to November. He's on his way back to England in his fancy jacket, his fancy winter jacket. He's going with the pseudonym Baron de Kock, which is of course German for the Baron of Cock, I wrote. And his courier, a man named Mr. Kraus. Mr. Kraus, who also has a pseudonym that I can't remember. He goes by his, like Pip or like some cute little pseudonym. I can't remember what it is.
I feel like there's a character in the book Neverwhere with a name similar to that, similar to Kraus.
I don't know.
I can't remember it right now. It's escaping me, but I just am imposing that character who's like creepy and not good onto this guy who doesn't deserve it.
No, he doesn't. He absolutely doesn't.
I'm just going to call him Pip then.
He's couriering this man, from Germany now back to England during a kind of a dangerous time. And
did everyone have pseudonyms?
No, but they're diplomats. They don't want to be, spotted for who they are. You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
It's the winter of 1809, so you got to have a fancy jacket, I wrote. Mm-hmm. And they pass through a town called Perleberg, which is to the west of Berlin. So I'm not great with my German geography. I don't know how good you are with it.
I'm pretty good. I know that Perleberg is pretty close to Nitteberg. Because you knit one and then you purl one.
Oh my God. You gonna throw down knitting jokes on me while I'm trying to tell them a fancy story? Uh-huh. All right.
It was a fancy winter jacket. Clearly it was knitted.
I don't know what it was made of.
It probably wasn't knit.
But basically, Berlin is way up to the northeast of Germany, which from where you're sitting is over there. Sight gag. And Basically, this is about as far from France as you can be traveling. You know what I mean? Through Germany. So their idea was that this was a safe way to travel as far from France as possible, avoid encountering people they don't want to encounter and all that. France is like hundreds of miles away. And while they're moving through Perleberg, they stop at an inn called the White Swan. Just a little, unremarkable inn, as I understand it. And they grab an early dinner, which in my head is like 3:00. I don't know. They didn't say what time. So in my head, it's like 3:00.
Okay.
And they have dinner, and then Benjamin moves off to a little room set aside for him in the side of the inn, and he writes for a while, and Mr. Krause is doing whatever. He's like around. It doesn't say what he was doing.
Benjamin writes fan fiction.
Right, yeah. Benjamin writes like founding fathers / fiction. Where it's like all the, like, Jefferson has like a lewd affair with Washington, maybe.
That's pretty sexy stuff. Not just a normal affair. It's a lewd affair.
It's fucked up.
I like this.
But anyway, around 9 p.m., sometime later, the horses are harnessed to the carriage, and Bathurst is summoned, to his carriage, and he walks out of the inn. He goes around the front of the horses to the other side of the carriage. Right behind him, Krause is just seconds behind him. Goes around the horses. Bathurst is gone. We're talking like seconds behind him. Goes around, doesn't see him. He's lost him. I wrote poof into thin air.
Poof.
So
that just made me really sad.
It is kind of sad, isn't it?
It is sad.
Your traveling companion goes to follow you to help you into the carriage, and you're gone.
One moment, you're there.
You're there.
One moment,
you're there.
Not there.
Poof.
Another sight gag.
Another sight. We got a lot of good sight gags on this episode.
I mean, I really think we're upping our sight gag game. I hope you guys like it.
This is for us. Fuck it.
Yeah, it's true.
But I wrote, the idea of him completely vanishing is not entirely true. There's the disappearance and the way it was reported are more than likely responsible for the legendary status that this event has been given.
Okay. Well, right. Once again, the media fucking everything up.
the media not doing its job.
This is what we call clickbait before there was anything to click.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wrote to hear this told like this. It sounded impossible and like magic, and you have the stage set in your head. It seems impossible, but if you allow a little leeway or margin for error in the reporting, actually you end up with a pretty simple sounding explanation. And some later facts discovered will start to establish what probably happened.
Okay. So
even though this still technically qualifies as an unexplained vanishing
incident, yeah,
there's some very plausible explanations. So, for example, while it is reported that his body is never found, some good clues exist. The fancy coat that I went all the way out of my way to mention so that you would know it was there, was found in an outhouse of a nearby home.
Oh no. He pooed himself to death.
That's it. He went in, he crawled in the...
He pooed himself right out of his coat.
Yep. He liquefied, leaving only a coat behind. Yeah, so he was found in the outhouse of a family home by the name of Schmidt, nearby. His pants were found in the woods 3 miles to the north.
I want you to say they were found in another outhouse of another family.
They were found in the next outhouse over. And his socks?
Yet another outhouse.
So we went outhouse to outhouse getting naked. No, that didn't happen. A few old women scavenging in the woods found his pants, like I said, about 3 miles away.
Part of those, 3 old women scavenging teams they used to send
women
out.
be digging in the woods, like they always say.
It's true. That's what I'm going to do when I grow up.
And as for the Schmidts, how about this? The stableman on duty that evening was none other than one August Schmidt.
Should this be of importance to me?
I wrote gasp, so I have to, yeah. No, but the Schmidt outhouse and the stableman on duty that day was August Schmidt.
Oh, I just kind of assumed that it was the Schmidt outhouse is named after the Schmidts, and he was one of the Schmidts.
Yeah, he is. And he was working at the inn.
Oh, the stableman at the inn.
Yeah, the guy, one of the stablemen.
I thought the Schmidt's outhouse had its own stableman. I'm not really good with knowing these kinds of things from this time.
Stablemen don't service an outhouse, I will say that.
Well, I guess I was not really understanding what a stableman was, but now I understand that it's the horse stables.
Unless it's a horse outhouse, in which case they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those exist.
A lot of horse shit.
It's a really big box with a moon on the door.
Yeah.
Anyway, despite a bounty that was out for information on this, most of the information that they were able to gather at the time was basically either unverifiable or outright false. A lot of people in town were eager to get a piece of the reward, so what they ended up with was a bunch of junk reporting on the matter, right?
A lot of fake news.
Even trained dogs could not find any sign of his body. They dragged a river. They had dogs looking for him. They had tons of people looking all over the town for him. They could not find anything out. Now, I'm going to go back to something I said earlier. Remember I said his body was never found? Mm-hmm. That's maybe true. Maybe not. But to psych you out a bit here, because a body was found 43 years later on a property
in the outhouse.
In a fourth outhouse. A horse outhouse.
A fourth horse outhouse.
It was found in a house 300 paces away from the White Swan.
Okay.
So, unless a whole lot of people get murdered and dumped around here, it's very likely it could be him. So, the body had a fracture in the skull, suggesting blunt trauma. Mm-hmm. It had a missing tooth that appeared to have been deliberately extracted.
Okay.
The house was purchased, again, the events of Benjamin Bathurst's disappearance happened in 1809. Mm-hmm. This house was purchased in 1834 from a man named Christian Mertens, who was a server at the White Swan during the events of 1809. Double gasp!
Double gasp.
Right.
Something is afoot.
Something does seem to be afoot.
Smells something foul.
And it's not them outhouses.
It's not them fourth horse.
It's not that fourth horse outhouse, but it is the fifth man outhouse.
Oh no, the fifth man.
No, so, again, to recap, coat found in an outhouse at a home where someone who worked at the White Swan lived. Mm-hmm. Body found 300 paces away from the White Swan and a house where someone else who worked there lived. So
now that was a little audio gag.
That was just an audio gag. So if you think about that, let's say you're, Mr. Schmidt, August Schmidt. The guy comes around the horses. You knock him out. You drag him 300 yards or 300 paces away to where someone lives, and go, you gotta let me in here. And you take the body in, and then whatever happens, you have co-conspirators. You get a fancy jacket out of the deal.
For a second, I thought you were gonna say you have Coke. Whatever happens, you had Coke.
I don't think they had Coke. Who knows? Maybe
they might have had some Coke.
We don't really know. So, yeah, like I said, the most likely scenario is, as it seems, he was snatched, dragged 300 yards away. beaten on the head. They took his coat, whatever else he had. They buried him in the floor. But basically, that doesn't stop some very wild stories and ideas from having been created around Benjamin Bathurst.
Yeah, I also, I'm still sad because I'm just like, why?
Yeah, that's a great question. Why? That's
why
a very good question.
Murder?
I mean, he's traveling under a pseudonym. Mm-hmm. The only thing about him that would probably seem especially significant is that he's got a nice coat. It's the only detail that makes him essentially stand out, other than the fact that he's writing a bunch.
Maybe he was recognized by his face, though. Like, maybe the person actually knew him or had been following him.
He's in a small town on the way from Berlin to, I think, Hamburg.
There was no social media.
Yeah. Very unlikely anyone knew who he was, other than maybe he's rich, maybe he's important.
Or maybe it was one of those wrong place, wrong time things. Maybe he stumbled onto the stableman doing something he shouldn't be doing, or maybe the stableman was trying to mug him because he had a nice coat.
Right.
And trying to get some money.
I think this is one of the reasons that I decided we needed to look at another disappearance to have a fuller episode. Is there's so much we don't know.
Yeah.
Probably
were you going to talk about some of the wild stories surrounding him?
I will talk briefly about the fact that he has been a regular feature or subject of interest for sci-fi and fantasy as regards to his disappearance. Something I did not know.
Abduction stories, right?
Stuff like that. There's at least a half dozen fictional explanations for his disappearance, in the way of stories and all that. My favorite one that I picked out of the list was something called Masters of the Maze by Avram Davidson, which is a story in which Benjamin Bathurst is one of a few humans who managed to crack the center of a fourth-dimensional space-time maze somehow. And so, when he disappears, he's actually moved to some new reality, which he spends all of time in company with the other people throughout history who have solved the maze, who include Enoch from the Bible, and Apollonius of Tyana, and a few others, a Chinese king. Just the few living beings that have ever solved this maze puzzle, and he jumps to another reality for having solved it. I thought that was a really interesting, weird idea.
It's interesting. I'd read that.
It sounds cool. But there's more. There's tons more stories. There's a lot written about him. Like I said, at least a half a dozen fictional stories about what might have really happened. And I just thought that, yeah, all right.
I'm just very sheepy.
Sheepy?
I'm feeling sheepy.
Feeling sheepy.
I have a shirt on that says feeling sheepy.
No longer a sight gag.
It's not a sight gag because I've explained it to you. But it's a sheep, and it has a little mask on, like a little sleep mask, and it's holding a little banner that says feeling sheepy.
It's a way to be sheepy.
It's a good old sheepy.
So that's what I have on Benjamin Bathurst, but I wanted to move on and talk about another famous disappearance, which I think is such a cool story, and if anybody doesn't know about it, they need to.
I was going to say, is it one I know?
You almost definitely do. You almost definitely know a little bit at least.
All right.
But I did a pretty decent amount of research on this one. Mm-hmm. This is the story of D.B. Cooper.
Oh, yes. I know about D.B. Cooper.
D.B. Cooper is so fucking cool.
Oh, it's such a good story. I am here for this.
So this is basically a story of a hijacking and an escape by someone known as D.B. Cooper. This story is legendary, not just for its extraordinary events, but for the fact that a man seems to have appeared and vanished within a span of hours, never to be seen again. This guy shows up, a whole bunch of crazy shit happens, and basically 8 hours later, he's gone and we never hear from him again. I can hear you chewing peanuts.
Trying to eat more peanuts. I'm sorry.
No, it's sorry. It doesn't matter. It's your lead away is by far the strangest part of this.
Here, talk so they don't hear my peanuts.
So, in case anybody does not know the story of D.B. Cooper, allow me to give you the short version. Very short version. Well, no, I guess it's actually kind of a long version. I started out saying the short version,
There's no real short version because it's just too interesting.
Yeah, you can't tell a short version.
I'm trying to remember how I heard about this.
It's such a popular story.
I feel like I might have been listening to another podcast that they mentioned it, and then I went down the rabbit hole and like researched it.
Yeah.
And read this story, but I forget what made me go looking after it. But
yeah,
I'm so excited.
DB Cooper is cool. So here's what happens. Basically, on the Thanksgiving Eve of 1971, a sharp-dressed man buys a plane ticket using the name...
girl's crazy, man, a sharp-dressed man.
I knew you were going to do it.
Couldn't be helped.
He buys a plane ticket using the name Dan Cooper, and then in the air between Portland, Oregon, and Seattle, Washington, he lights a smoke, orders a bourbon, and hands a note to the stewardess. And she just kind of drops it in her purse without reading, and he grabs her and says, "Miss, you better look at that note. I have a bomb." So this is how this kicks off.
He called her Miss, though. Very polite.
Very polite. Actually, there's no indication that he was ever anything less than polite, which is really kind of compelling.
Every version of this I've ever read, everyone who interacted with him said he was very polite.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And no reason to believe he wanted to do anything.
Yeah. Like, not necessarily a guy that had violence in mind, just wanted to do the thing that I'm about to explain to you here as methodically as possible. So he asks her to sit down next to him, and he presents his open briefcase. It's full of red cylinders wired to a battery, and he tells her that he needs $200,000 for parachutes and a fuel truck to refuel the plane they're on when they land in Seattle. Mm-hmm. So, through a series of, transmissions from the plane and negotiations and all this, when they land, exactly this happens. They refuel the plane. It takes a couple of attempts, which makes him kind of suspicious. They get him 4 parachutes. The crew stays on the plane, and he allows all the passengers to leave. Mm-hmm. This is 4.5 hours after they took off from Portland, which it's only supposed to be a half-an-hour flight. So an additional 3.5 hours of refueling the plane, talking, negotiating, bringing money on board, all this stuff, letting the passengers leave. Mm-hmm. And they take off, again, on a heading for Mexico City at maximum altitude. Unbeknownst to DB Cooper, or I'm not sure if the pilots know this, they might not. They're being tailed by fighter planes at this time. Cooper insists that the entire crew all go into the cockpit and stay there at this point. Mm-hmm. And around 35 minutes after that, the crew notices sort of like a lift of the tail and a drop in cabin pressure. And when they go out to investigate, the aft door is open. And after they land in Reno, a search confirms Cooper's gone. So they're pretty sure he leaves at this point, but they land, they search, they can't find him. He almost definitely jumped out at this point. Mm-hmm. With his money, of course. So, after this, an investigation all over the plane takes place. They look for fingerprints. They yield no matches. They do interrogate a man on the ground. We're all on the ground. I don't know why I'm saying that. They interrogate a man named D.B. Cooper from Oregon, but they find he's not involved. It's just another...
D.B. Cooper.
Right, and that's the thing is, again, D.B. Cooper that we think of bought a ticket as Dan Cooper, not D.B. Cooper. But now because of that guy that they investigated, whose name was D.B. Cooper, now we all think of this as D.B. Cooper. Yeah. But the guy never called himself D.B. Cooper. Interesting.
Well, I'll be dipped.
Right?
Well, I'll be D.B. Coopered.
So, anyway... Investigators tried a lot of things to try to identify where he might have landed. They recreated the flight, and they dropped a 200-pound object out the door at the exact time into the flight that the crew noticed the change in the plane. They determined that he would have landed somewhere south of Mount St. Helens. And so the FBI and local sheriffs combed the area, and they didn't find a damn thing. So here's where it gets a little bit more interesting to me. The serial numbers of the bills that were granted to D.B. Cooper were released as public information with the hope that somebody would be able to find that he had spent the money somewhere. That
like if he survived and spent the money, they'd be able to track it, hopefully.
Right. The conclusion that many make at this time is that the money never made it because the money never turns up again. The thought is maybe D.B. Cooper didn't make it either. But then, in 1978, east of Castle Rock, Washington, which is within the basic path of the plane, a note with instructions for lowering the aft stairs of a 727 is found by a river, and several bills in various states of disintegration and rot wrapped in bands that have the same serial numbers.
Ooh, where was that?
This is a river in Castle Rock, east of Castle Rock, Washington.
Now, in relation to where they thought he would have been, do you know where it's at?
I actually don't know. I don't know how close that is to where they expected to find it. But basically, it's consistent with the path of the plane.
Mm-hmm.
So regardless of whether it was where they thought he might be, it's still a possibility based on where it was. The finding of these bills creates even more mysteries. Such as, for example, some of the bills were missing from one of the bundles.
Mm-hmm.
So the question would be why are just some bills missing? Did someone actually take them? Did D.B. Cooper take them and leave the rest of the money? That seems weird, right?
Mm-hmm. Did someone stumble upon it, take some of it, didn't want to take too much and be suspicious, but was like, well, I need some smokes.
Yeah, or for that matter,
take a 20.
Does D.B. Cooper land but realize he can never spend this money because it's all got serial?
Of course they're tracking it.
Yeah, so maybe he just takes a couple bills, crosses his fingers, and heads out.
Seems like an elaborate scam to not be able to spend any money.
To not take the money. Like, that seems crazy and most likely not true. I wrote it's possible someone found the money and just helped themselves. It's possible that I said that already. So I wrote there's so much discussion of his plan and all the little things about the way that he did what he did and why they were important or possibly important. I mean, this is a piece of legend.
Yeah. I remember reading about this in detail, but it was long enough ago that I don't remember all of it. But I know at one point I knew a lot of details.
Yeah. Right.
And but right down to what he was wearing, the way he was wearing it, the way he looked at people. Everything's been analyzed in this.
I left a lot of this out. And honestly, if you're listening to this and you're interested, this is a fun personal goose
story.
Chase.
It's so cool.
Looking into D.B. Cooper just goes and goes and goes. It's like an investigation topic that keeps giving.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote that people have analyzed everything from the choice of 4 parachutes to what he was wearing. For example, the 4 parachutes create the impression that he was going to force the hostages, the air crew, to jump. Mm. And by doing that, he ensured that they didn't give him any dummy parachutes.
That's clever.
Right? If you ask for just 1 parachute, maybe they're not going to give you that great a parachute. But if you ask for 4, they go, oh, God, well, he's going to make the crew jump, so they better all be good parachutes.
Yeah. And also makes them feel better about being in another room from him because they assume he's taking them with him.
Yeah, sure, yeah. I mean, at the very least, it implies...
And not that they had a choice,
it implies he's not going to kill them or something like that.
Yeah, and they didn't expect him to just go on his own because they're under the assumption he's taking them with them.
Right. The other thing, as far as his clothes, the idea was that, let's say that, first of all, it's Thanksgiving Eve, right? Which means it's a Wednesday. You're jumping out of a plane late on a Wednesday going into Thanksgiving Thursday. If you're wearing a suit and you've jumped out of a plane and you land in the middle of the woods, it's way easier to hitch your way out of there if you're in a suit than it is if you're in, whatever kind of civvies or whatever, dress down. So the idea was that he was doing this with the intent to land, hitch a ride, and get home for work on Monday. 4 days is a lot of time to get back home.
Mm-hmm.
And so just it's a reasonable thing to think that he had a plan to get himself back to a really ordinary life, a few days later.
Mm-hmm.
Which is crazy to think about. Because, like, who the fuck is this guy? Right?
And the thing is, his name probably isn't even Dan Cooper. Like, he wouldn't have bought the ticket under his own name if he knows he's going to do this.
Yeah, I think there's a comic hero or a comic character that shares the same name. I think possibly a pilot themselves in a comic that some people think his name was taken from.
Okay.
Dan Cooper. But they don't really know for sure. So, what else do we have here? So, every aspect, like I said, has been thoroughly scrutinized, but the ultimate conclusion by the FBI was, ultimately, where they still stand to this day, is that he probably died on the jump.
Yeah, I feel like that's the conclusion that I read. They're pretty sure he died.
And there's a lot of good reasons to think this, too. He jumps into... when he jumped, he would have been jumping into 70-degree Fahrenheit negative weather without protection in 200-mile-an-hour wind in the rain. And the parachute that he used was the inferior of the 4 he was given. So he got 2, basically good parachutes and 2 not that great parachutes. And I'm actually not really sure why they gave him 2 of each. But he asked for 4 parachutes. They gave him 2 and 2 of 2 different kinds.
Maybe that's all that they could get their hands on at the time, or maybe they were hedging their bets.
Yeah.
And they were like, hopefully he uses a shitty one, and
Right. But he chose the inferior of the parachutes, which suggests that he didn't really know what to look for.
He wasn't that educated.
Yeah, he wasn't experienced.
And maybe didn't really know how to use it.
Yeah. So yeah, it's reasonable to conclude he probably didn't know what he was doing, and he possibly died.
Also, another point that I remember being brought up when I was researching this a while ago was the fact that they delayed him considerably. Yes. And so he could have had other parts of the plan that were kind of squashed by them doing that.
That's true.
Or he could have accounted for the weather or where he was actually going to be when he jumped, but because they got delayed, that part of the plan didn't go as he wanted it to.
Right.
So he ended up kind of going off script.
Yeah.
And because of that, probably didn't survive because the things he counted on weren't, happening.
Well, that's a good point, because the thing is, again, it's a half an hour flight that left at 3. So he should have been was in Seattle by 3:30. Mm-hmm. He may very well have expected to be leaving from there pretty shortly.
And also, it would have been nighttime now that they've delayed several hours.
Right. So what should have possibly in his head, best case scenario, maybe back in the air by 4 on the way to Mexico City, he jumps out of the plane at 8:15.
Yeah.
That's a lot later.
Yeah.
And the sun's down because it's November.
Yeah.
It's nighttime.
It's dark. That seems likely to me. He basically ended up going off book. Yeah. Even if he knew what he was doing, he's now disoriented because it's nighttime. He doesn't have the light he was supposed to have. Things didn't go according to plan.
And it's raining. It's colder than it should be.
Yeah.
Even though it seems likely he didn't know what he was doing, this would be difficult for an expert.
Yeah.
If not impossible without the right protection.
And I think one of the reasons I love this story so much is the mystery around D.B. Cooper and his identity being attributed to so many different people.
Yeah. Well, yes. And that was something I was going to touch on, actually, is there are a lot of theories about who D.B. Cooper might actually have been.
It's much like the Zodiac Killer thing.
In
that I
Ted
think
Cruz.
that
everyone
it's
knows
Ted
that.
Cruz.
Yeah.
No, in that everyone has their ideas and everyone likes to throw this around every so often.
Yeah.
I actually encourage people to look up Ed Edwards because I am fairly convinced that he could be the Zodiac Killer.
Yeah, right. It's another thing that came out of our My Favorite Murder visit.
And also, if you like true crime, just look up Ed Edwards.
Yeah.
It's really horrifying but interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, continue what you were saying about the theories.
I wasn't going to get into too many or really any specific names. There was one, though, that I just want to mention, but I don't want to mention him by name, and there's a reason.
Okay.
Which is that as recently as the middle of 2016 to 2017, some filmmakers made the claim that they had found who they believed to be the living D.B. Cooper in California.
Okay.
A guy who served in the Air Force, and a guy who possibly had done some cryptography, and they had claimed that something that they had found written, by D.B. Cooper that was actually like an encoded message, and that they had deciphered his initials out of it and all this stuff. But I'm leaning against this one. It doesn't necessarily ring true to me.
Sounds a little too made up.
It's a little bit too saucy and exciting, and also I feel for the guy that they're accusing of being D.B. Cooper. He's like an older dude now who lost his job as a result of like all the heat on him and like this documentary crew or whatever they're doing. I'm sure in like 6 months Netflix will release the documentary and we'll that'll be out there.
We'll unabashedly binge it.
Yes, of course. We'll watch it shamelessly, and all of my guilt will be absolved because I'll know it's him now. Mm-hmm. I'll just be convinced. But it made me feel bad for that guy. But there are a lot of people that they think D.B. Cooper could have been, and one of the most sort of general theories that interests me is that he's CIA. A lot of people think that D.B. Cooper was CIA, that the entire plan of this thing was just basically to pull off a crazy stunt, make some money, and that if he was ever to be caught, he'd basically have immunity as a spy of some kind, and that he would just get away with it.
Yeah.
Which kind of explains the brazen, over-the-top nature of pulling a stunt like this. No one got hurt, and no one was threatened in reality. It was all fictional threat.
Yeah.
There was never any real danger to anybody.
Yeah, the bomb wasn't real, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there's no real bomb.
He just made something to look like a bomb, but he didn't really have a bomb.
Yeah, but in that sense, when you think about the kind of crazy shit the CIA has pulled over the years, it really is basically like the most psychotic version of a prank.
Yeah.
It's just a prank, bro. It's a prank.
It's a prank. I could go to work and earn a couple bucks, but I'm just not really into it. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna construct a fake bomb.
Yeah.
I'm going to get on a plane.
All right.
I'm gonna slip a note. I'm gonna explain the situation. I'm gonna be real polite.
Yeah, real nice. It's gonna be real nice. And then you put your sunglasses on and you just wait to land.
Yeah, I'm just gonna steal some money and jump out of the airplane. Bing, bang, boom.
Bing, bang, boom.
Bing, bang, boom.
$200,000, just like that.
Home to do some more espionage on Monday.
Yeah, it continues to be a fascinating story. And I think it's kind of telling that every couple of years, someone else thinks
someone else is D.B. Cooper.
Yeah, like it's a story that refuses to die.
Eventually, we're going to age out of being able to do that, people. Eventually, not that long from now, it's not going to make any sense to accuse any more people of being D.B. Cooper.
Yeah, right. Everyone's going to be dead.
Same with the Zodiac Killer.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's the story of D.B. Cooper, and I left out a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. I mean, I didn't want to, run us hours and hours into this, but you could just keep digging. It's so interesting.
Thank you so much for thinking of that and bringing that one up.
Yeah.
Because I love that story and I forgot all about it.
Yeah, D.B. Cooper is cool, and like, not that people don't know about D.B. Cooper, but not enough people know about D.B. Cooper.
I'm wondering if X-Files is why I thought of D.B. Cooper.
I wonder if they did an episode
something based on that. I can't remember. It's driving me nuts. I know something sent me down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
A goose chase.
Yeah. No, it could be. I mean, I would not be totally surprised if finally did an episode about D.B. Cooper.
I'm not going to figure out what it is, but it's driving me nuts. I wish I knew what set me off. I feel like it was a TV show or something.
I don't know.
And they referenced it, and I went, what are they talking about? And I watch so much TV.
Yeah, me too. It's impossible to trace it all anymore, isn't it? But anyway, I guess that's kind of it. That's another Goose Chase.
That's it.
Yeah. That's it.
Das it.
Das it.
Das it.
Unfortunately, das it.
Das it.
So.
Well, this has been a delightful episode. I hope have you.
Oh no, the robot's malfunctioning. Oh no. Oh no, no. Oh no. Oh no, the Kristy robot is on fire.
Oh my God, Dave, what is happening in here? Did you build a robot of me?
Oh, hey, real Kristy. I didn't see you there. That's headcanon now. There was a robot of you for one episode.
It periodically talked normal and like a robot intermittently.
Yeah, it wasn't that good at being a real sounding robot because sometimes it started sounding like a robot.
On cue.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Only at the times when it was appropriate for a laugh.
Yeah. That robot loved sight gags.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to this episode. We will be back in another week with an episode hosted by Kristy, who is not a robot and never was.
That you know of.
So we will see you in another week for another exciting and fun episode of Goose Chase.
Ha ha ha. I'm a real human.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Goose Chase. We are Goose Chase Podcast on Facebook and Twitter. On Twitter, our handle is @GooseChasePod, and our website is www.goosechasepodcast.com.
If you have any topics you'd like us to research, please email us at goosechasepodcast@gmail.com. If you like what we do on the show, please rate and review us on iTunes and Google Play.
Want to go on a goose chase?
Ooh, yes.